For other people who's not really that experienced with dating and they're still kind of new with it, maybe this video might help you a little bit. Like, okay, yeah, she's right, you can't get pregnant. Hey guys, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about should you be dating in high school? But here are some reasons why we shouldn't even be dating in high school or school period. But that doesn't mean you have to just not date. But these are just things that you just want to think about while you're dating, you know, before you get in a relationship. Like when you actually say yes to that girl or say yes to that boy, keep this in mind. Just know relationships in high school is a distraction. Like it's a big distraction because when you guys start fighting, that's the first thing that's gonna, you know, affect how you feel is your relationship failing. You're not gonna be able to focus on school or focus on your sports and all that while you're focused on this girl that cheated on you or this guy cheated on you or lied to you. You don't want that type of distraction while you're in school. Like, come on now, like that. It's a waste of time because next thing you know, you can't focus on your books, you can't make it to class, you're failing a class, or you get suspended in school somehow because of a relationship. So it's really a big distraction at the end of the day, and maybe it's probably best to just stay single or not even involve a relationship between your schoolwork. Like, focus on school before anything else because that's your future. She's your future too, but your education is also your future too. So you have to learn how to balance so that way, you know, one, you know, isn't lacking the other. So if you're focused more on the relationship and less on schoolwork, you're gonna have a bunch of schoolwork and bad grades. But if you focus on schoolwork more, you may have a terrible relationship because she's gonna say, you don't pay attention to me. So it's like you have to like balance it out, which is a pain. Like when you're focused on something, you have to be hyper focused on it. And it's either one comes next because when you focus on goals, it's one goal at a time. Like, come on now. Like, are you looking for a wife or are you looking for education right now? Like, come on now. And another reason why you just don't want to be dating in school because you can get pregnant. You know, sex and pregnancy is actually not something you should play with. Like, it's not something you should have fun with. It's not something you should go and do because your parents do it. That's why we all had sex at a young age and had sex period and watch porn because our parents was out here having sex too. Like, they would be in the other room getting on while we're in the other room and we hear that. And then when we hear that, we be like, what is that? I don't want to see what that is because mom is enjoying it. So, and then we get into puberty and then we start getting, you know, hormonal. And then we start getting horny. And that's when we want to start having sex with our boyfriends and girlfriends at 15, 16. So pregnancy, you can still get pregnant out here no matter what they do with abortions and birth control. You can still get pregnant, and that's another thing that is why you just want to avoid dating is pregnancies. No, birth control. So birth control and condoms and anything that prevents pregnancy is what you want to focus on because at any day they could take away abortions and they could take away birth control. They could do all that shit. We don't want that to happen for women, but they can take that shit away and we're stuck with a baby when we have sex because sex isn't designed to have just pleasure and have fun with it. It's also to make children. It's also to make people. It's like a people making activity. You want to make a human being? Let's have sex. Like, it's not just, oh, let's just have sex because sex feels good. It's also, let's make a human being and raise it. Like, you can get pregnant and you have a huge responsibility at 16 and that's more stress and more problems into your life. You know how like our parents back in the day would try to play us like we're gonna be broken poor when we're older? No, that's because they were broken poor when they're older, but that's not gonna happen with you because you're not gonna get pregnant or you're not gonna get somebody pregnant. But at the end of the day, like, it does affect your future because when you become a parent, you have to hustle. Like, you literally have to figure out how to get it for your child and for yourself and for your husband or your wife. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to figure out how to get it. And for someone your age, for someone who's still growing and learning, you can't take all that on at such a young age. Like, it's too much. You'll drive yourself crazy. Y'all would break up. That's why most people break up with their boyfriend or girlfriend at a young age because they had a baby together. They created something that they weren't even ready for. Like, what's the point? Like, and then you can actually lose your relationship that way because you start to see people's true colors when there's something new in the relationship. When there's a change in the relationship, you start to see a new version of somebody else. And you either see them in a bad way or you see them in a good way. You just never know. So pregnancy could really make things harder for you while you're in school, even in college. College, you may be more successful, and you may be able to have it because like you have a job and you have an apartment, but you still will have to figure out how to hustle. You still have to put all your attention to that child. You still have to not be selfish. You have to pick a career that can provide for you and your family and feed all your children. So it's a lot of work being pregnant. So yeah. And another reason why you just want to just take it slow when you're in high school. When you're in high school, like I said, we don't really know what love is at a young age. We just start feeling love. We don't really know what it is. Like, I have this feeling inside, it's so beautiful, and I have this feeling for this guy or this girl, she's so beautiful. I don't know why I feel this way, but this is just so beautiful. And then you date this person, you get what you want. You attract what you want. Then next thing you know, this person is toxic. This person is crazy. Or this person ends up stuck in your life because you were too focused on how you feel and not really what understanding how you were feeling. Like, why are you feeling what you're feeling? What it is that you're feeling? Do you understand what you're feeling? No, because when we see our parents dating, we don't know what they feel when they're dating, which is crazy to me. We just see what they do. We see them hug and kiss and cuddle and all that, but we don't really understand how they feel. You never know. That feeling that you're feeling, your parents could be feeling that way, or they might not even be feeling that, which is crazy. Your parents could still be together and not feel what you're feeling, which is love. Like, because love, I feel like love is just a spark in your heart, and that's it. And then when that spark lights up, if it makes your heart feel so like happy, excited, beat, explodes. And then for some reason we get addicted to that high feeling of love, that feeling of care from somebody, that we get addicted to them. We get addicted to the feeling of love. So when that person betrays us or cheats on us or breaks up with us, we get our hearts broken and it becomes pain. And then for a teenager to be feeling pain, like, your teenage daughter or your teenage son shouldn't even be having a heartbreak. You know, like, you don't want to experience a heartbreak so young and not know how to manage it or deal with it. Like, if that's the case, you want to go get a therapist if you're heartbroken at such a young age. Because heartbreak is not for everyone to know how to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's hard to date, because we don't really know what love is until we really feel it. And then all of a sudden, what we don't understand is the other person. We don't understand, like, okay, we feel love for this person, but do they really feel love for us? Or are they the right person for us? Because if you want to view this person like they're your spouse, then it's like you have to take relationships more seriously. But if you view this person as a relationship, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, then it's almost like you're just trying to see what it would be like. Like, is this the one, you know? No, it's either you are or you're not. There's no in between. Get out of my way if it's, you know, if you're not really the one. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever is not really the one for you, you have to figure that out and let them go. Are they really the one? Are they not? If they not, let them go. Because you're too young, or you were too young to be stressing about that. Too young to be stressing about that. Like, it's serious out here. And you don't want to be played with at such a young age. So relationships and love is something you need to learn and understand before you get in a relationship. So, and then that's where we have to teach our kids how love works. You know, that's how you get them out of the curse. You know, that's how you prevent them from getting their actual heart broken, is to make sure they choose a decent person and not go for whoever they just love. Just who it is more important than how you feel about them. You know, but that's it for this video. I mean, you can allow your child to date, or you can date if you want to in high school. There's no problem with that. But just keep these things in mind when you date, because like dating is not as easy as it is, but it can be easy if there's actual love involved. There's actual love involved in the relationship. You shouldn't have no reason to be fear of being heartbroken. And on top of that, when you're in school, it's really hard to balance the two, because you can get stuck with a child or you can get stuck with a toxic relationship. And at the end of the day, your future is more important. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, let's wait until we become more mature to be in a relationship with somebody. Let's learn the lessons that we need to learn before we actually get in a relationship. Let's learn what love is before we getting into a relationship in high school or in college. Because if you can manage a relationship and be in school, good for you. Like, go ahead and do it. But like, for other people who's not really that experienced with dating and they're still kind of new with it, maybe this video might help you a little bit. Like, okay, yeah, she's right, you can't get pregnant, you can, you know, get an STD, you know, just stuff like that. And school is important in a way. It's not about school, it's about education, because at the end of the day, we need to get our money when we're older. You know, the world is changing, things are changing, and children are actually getting more expensive. Houses are getting more expensive. Cars are getting more expensive. So in a way, you have other things to focus on. But that's it for this video. Go ahead and check out all my other videos if you like this one. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.